Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Three Chicks in a Pod, Chicks and Salsa, whatever you want to say. It's three of us, and we're talking sports tonight. How are you, ladies?
All is good.
Doing good. I mean, I'm still above ground, so that anything beyond that, we should be grateful for just being above ground. So that's where I am.
I
That is
agree.
very true. That is very, very true.
I agree. Let's face it. Tomorrow's tax day. For those of you that haven't filed your taxes, you got to do that yet. Quick, do it.
Yeah, I'm one of those.
I hear you.
I'm
I
one
hear
of
you.
those. I like to write that check as late as possible.
I would just like to do this until I have to, and then cry for only that one day, and then be mad for it after tax season is over. So it works.
So hey, yes.
I got
I'm not
you.
gonna complain about my little small tax problem because I'm like, if you're an athlete, you might have a huge tax problem.
Yeah.
Yes. More money, more problems.
More
I
money,
can
more
tell you that I
problems.
have less money, but still have problems. So I'm not sure where that. Don't know where the more or less goes, but I can tell you from the less side, they're still there. So
I just think
Candy,
there's
how was
ebbs
your
and
week?
I
Oh,
think
I'm
there's
sorry.
ebbs and flows with problems. Like you would get a string of them, like a whole bunch, and then there's times when you're just like, oh, this is great. I don't have as many problems right now, and I think it just ebbs and flows. That's life. I mean, you know,
Yep.
my week so far, um, it's been okay. It was emotional. I my uncle passed away. My last uncle passed away last week, and I did not get to the funeral, unfortunately.
Oh, that's
I'm so
sad.
sorry.
That's part of the problem of living far away, and I knew that could be a possibility when I moved far away, that you miss things that you really didn't wish that you could miss, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. So,
Story of my life.
yeah, yeah. I mean, and we were just talking how your life goes through ebbs and flows. I mean, let's face it. Look at why can't I think of the famous broadcaster that just announced he's got cancer for what, the fourth time?
Oh,
Oh,
B.
It's on the tip of
Um,
my tongue. Why, Blah, blah, blah,
I cannot think of it.
hold
Wow.
on. Um,
We were just
Dick
the
talking about
voice
the
of
other day.
basketball
Vitale.
of NCAA. Hold on
It's
here.
Dick Vitale, Carrie. Yeah,
Vital. Yes.
you
Dick,
know,
Yeah.
that's why I said V, and I'm like, but then I'm like, no, is that no, it's Dick Vital. Yeah.
Yeah.
you know. So he's beat it four times. He's hoping the fifth time he can beat it again.
That's
Let's
so
hope and pray
crazy.
for him.
That is so crazy. It's
But
like number five. Wow.
so when I
So
think of my
but the
problems,
chicks
I have to
send
put
out
things
all of
in
our love
perspective.
to him because as much as I didn't like him, mainly because it was never my team he was praising in in the big dance. Um, I appreciate him, and I had a little bit of sadness this year when it wasn't his same voice, and I understand that. I mean, I get it,
Right.
but
Right.
uh, he is an icon.
Hmm.
Very much so. Yeah. I mean, same thing, especially by me going to Kansas. Yeah. So, but he is an icon. He has been a really good coach.
Hmm. He's had a really good career too, when you think about it. And you think about, we've lost some really big, iconic sports broadcasters over the years, and I'm not just saying right now, but I think that in our day and age, we grew up with people that had longevity in that field, and I'm not sure that that's going to happen going forward. So I feel sorry for the kids that are growing up now. Um, I don't think
They'll have
they'll
the consistency.
appreciate. Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I
Well, we
mean,
had the
how
consistency, like we knew every week we were going to see them year after year, and you won't have that consistency.
well, the thing I remember, you knew that you were going to hear Howard Cosell every Sunday.
Correct.
Hmm.
Every Sunday.
It
And he
didn't
had a
matter.
distinct voice. So,
This is Howard Cosell.
but I mean, because his voice was so distinct, if you just heard the voice, you already knew absolutely that's who that is.
Well, you
Mm,
knew what time it was in the day, and I mean, you
Yes.
knew what was you knew what was going on, and that you know
Correct.
there are pros and cons about everything, right? I'm very nostalgic about that at the moment. Like I miss that there was just a certain day for certain things, and but
Hmm.
then I'm going to tell you that I am ready for football. So we've been in a little bit of a
I'm always ready for
I'm
football. So
already,
yeah.
but yeah, but it's that whole thing is there's some nostalgia that you sit there and you think, wow, we really did have quite a gamut of people that were consistently the voice of of our lives. So
Of
mhm.
our
yeah,
childhood. Yeah, that's true. They were the voice of our childhoods.
absolutely,
And we didn't grow up
absolutely.
in the social media world where we like everything was filmed and everything like that, and you're on display. I mean, I can remember Easter Sundays where we would sit in the backyard. It was spring, and we sat with my grandparents and we would listen to the baseball game on the radio. And you
Hmm.
would just in your mind picture the field and like kids these days they don't know that because they watch it on their phone or whatever and it's just not the same.
It's not. Yeah, the other day my son had my car. He had to go charge it. And I opened the app and it was like he was looking at YouTube and I was joking with him. He's like, "Oh yeah, I was watching soccer while the car was charging." I'm like, like that just takes away the fun of like being at home and just being relaxed with it. And yeah.
So
Mhm.
speaking of soccer, I just saw this in my news feed and I took a screenshot because I thought, wow, very interesting, right?
Hmm.
The New Jersey Transit plans to charge more than $100 for service between Penn Station and MetLife Stadium during the FIFA World Cup per athletic. The current fare, $12.90, and no discounts for seniors, children, or disabled passengers are expected.
Okay. And is that really going to work?
And this was reported by Yahoo News, and they also cite the Athletics. So that is mind
That's
blowing.
price gouging
Oh
at
my
its finest.
golly, gee whiz, yes.
I mean, so I plan to be in Kansas City for during World Cup. Don't know if I'll be in Atlanta or Dallas, but I have tickets for Kansas City. And, it's one of the cities that people are, still questioning, is the city ready? Because we have the streetcar, but we don't have man's transit, which most cities don't have mass transit. But I'm like, with all that's going to be going on, that there's going to be a little height in Uber and Lyft and things like that. But like for Kansas City, their transit, right, it was free. So, I mean, I'm wondering how that's going to work out in another 2 months when you have all these people. But a lot of people are staying on the outskirts of the city. So they'll be driving in. So I think parking is going to be another factor with it. But I'm just hoping that they are not going to price gouge people with, $100 and $200 parking. Because I know when I've been to a Cowboys game. I mean, some of that parking is $100.
I would hope that that wouldn't happen. Um, I wish that the knowledge I had today, I had 30 years ago, because I would have built parking structures in major
Correct.
cities and just been like, all right, just send me
Hmm.
my buddies.
Yeah,
Uh, because
but that's ridiculous.
the amount of money that you have to pay, like we're getting ready to go on
Park.
our cruise. So I don't fly. I want my vehicle. So anyway, we're driving there. And for me to park our vehicle, it's a 40 cruise, is right at $100, which is not bad.
No,
But,
that's not bad.
and so I'm not complaining about it. I paid $300 to park for 7 days, 8 days. I remember our first cruise was over a week. Um, in New York City. So I mean, it is ridiculous that you have to pay this much money
Hmm. It
to
is.
park.
But
But
I have a problem with when you go to sporting events, you spend a really good amount of money for your ticket. and then you're paying these high prices for parking.
Correct.
And it's like they take the family part out of it. Like I do like about the Falcon Stadium in Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta is like the food is affordable. And the one thing that Arthur Blank said, he wanted to make it so that families could attend the game. So when you go, and the one thing everybody says when they come to a Falcons game is the food is so cheap. Like you can get a hot dog, I think it's like $2. So I mean, you can eat. Yes, there's parking, but the good thing about that stadium is you can take the train right there. So
I
you can
feel
get
like,
on MARTA. And I like that because it makes it
mhm,
affordable for families. But a lot of these stadiums, they don't have access like that to get to them. And then they're charging all this money for parking. And it's like you're charging money for parking, you're charging this money for the tickets. And trust me, I don't mind paying the money for the ticket, but I don't want to pay $100 every time I go to the game. And if I'm going to a game every week, I mean, it's almost a season, some of the season tickets, it's like I've paid that in, depending on where you sit, you might have paid that in parking for a whole season.
right. And that's where I feel like sports is becoming almost unobtainable to see a live event.
Well, but even think about watching it on TV. Now you no longer can just watch it on one cable. You got to stream
No,
this or stream that. And let's face it, the NFL now is in a lawsuit right now. We won't go into the gist of it, but that's because not everybody can see all the games. And are they local or are they not local? I know
correct.
baseball has had issues. Um,
And Prime is actually trying to get a Super Bowl.
mhm.
Yes. Yeah. They are trying to get, I mean, it is. It's like now you have to have about 4 or 5 streaming services to be able to watch a season of football.
Mhm.
So, I
Exactly.
Sad.
mean, yeah,
And that's
I
in the comfort
mean,
of your home.
right. That's in the comfort of your home. That's that you haven't even stepped out to do anything else. You just want to watch the game on Sunday, Monday, and Thursday. And the sad part is that sometimes you can't even figure out, like, you can't remember who is showing what game on what day. So
So
you're like, wait a minute, is this the prime day? Is this a peacock day?
I
Like,
am not
who is
I am
showing the
not too
game?
embarrassed to tell you that I Google every week to see, okay, who's playing on what. I mean, I did this all last season. I'm like, all right,
I go to the score. Yeah.
yeah,
Same thing. Click on the
who
game. Okay,
who
where is
where are we going to find this game this week?
right?
So that's a lot for a fan. I mean, not
It is. It is. It's a lot for a fan. I mean, for let me rephrase it. It's a lot for the average fan. That's a
for
lot.
the passive fan, maybe I should say.
Yeah. So that is a lot. I mean, I'm waiting. I'm looking at when are they going to release the actual schedules. Of course, it used to be the first week. Now it's the second week, somewhere around there. And I plan vacation in the fall because of the games that I want to go see. So it's like, okay, do I want to see this game? And am I going to travel for this? And it's a whole probably 2 or 3 weeks after they release the schedule of me figuring out which games I'm going to attend. And because some of those are international, I'm like, okay, how can I make this work? But that's not the average person. The average person is just trying to figure out how to watch it on TV at home in the comfort of their home.
Mm-hmm.
To save money and you can't.
And to save money. Or, okay, yeah, I might get to go see 1 or 2 games and maybe take my son or whatever to a game. And by the time they have to spend money on tickets, feed themselves, and pay for the parking, it's like, it's gotten crazy.
It has. It has.
It's gotten real crazy. But I mean,
I
I
have one
guess,
more thing that made my jaw drop for NFL, and then we can move into our other things. Is Will Anderson from the Texans
mhm.
is finalizing his agent, and the Texans are finalizing a deal that will pay him close to $50 million to be a defensive tackle.
Oh,
Quarterback money. Now he does. Do I think that he is that he should have that? Yeah, I mean
He's
is
earned it.
he is that man, right? He is
Right.
that dude. But can you? I mean, mind blown. I'm like, I mean, I would love for him to be a part of the Chiefs, but not for 50
Oh
million.
gosh, yes, yes, but I don't think we
not,
can. I
but
don't
not
know
for
if we can
50.
do 50. I don't know if we can do 50 million, but yeah, we would love to have him. But yeah, I don't think we could. Yeah, we're not. We're not. Yeah.
I saw that today and I was like, holy. And we were actually in a shoe store, and the kid was like, yeah, he goes, but he's good. And, the economy, everything's costing more money. I'm like, dude, I feel like 50 million. I mean, that's quarterback money.
It's
And I'm like,
quarterback money, but I mean, he's a really good player, and
he's a fantastic player.
for his position, I mean, it's worth it. And of course, we always say, not, the average person is only playing for a couple of years. So, yeah,
I mean, get your money, buddy. But
get your
just,
money while you can.
yeah, but that just was mind-boggling figure for the position for me.
Yeah,
I
pretty
get
cool though.
all of these salaries are. I can't imagine like. I mean, let's face it. I'm not going to make that much in all of my life, but what these guys are making in 1 year. Like, I just can't imagine that kind of life changing money. But on the flip side, like you said, the average life of an NFL player, I think, is only like 4 years. I mean,
Yeah, it's
it's
like 3 or 4 years. It's not long.
no.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. And your body takes a beating. I mean, when you think about how much they work out per day, like their workout is work. Like that's their job.
Mhm.
So whereas I mean the average person like me, I mean after 20 minutes, I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm done. I'm
You know,
done. 20 minutes. And they're working out 4 and 5, 6 hours a day. And I'm like, I'm complaining about
yeah,
20 minutes.
well, their workout is their job. So, I mean,
Correct. Yeah.
it is. I mean, that literally is their job in recovery, workout and recovery. So, yeah, I get it. But it's at the same time, like,
Yeah. I
hmm,
mean, it's a lot because I mean, when you think about what they really are doing, that's a lot. Yeah. So when I see athletes like that, football players, basketball players, baseball players, soccer, when I see them, making these large salaries, and I'm thinking, yeah, but would the average most of us would not want to have to do what they do, eat the way they eat, work out the way they work out, and the limitations they have on what they can and cannot do.
Well, and think of the time away from their families as well when they
Right.
travel for whatever sport it is,
Hmm.
like baseball. I mean, you're going for a series and then another series, and you could be gone
Yeah.
for a week and a half, 2 weeks easily. Whereas football, literally, it's one game during the week, and maybe you go out a couple days before, you know.
Right.
So it's
But just
everyone.
think, with
Mhm.
baseball, most of them they can't play golf while they're playing baseball.
Right.
So that's part of their contract. They can't play
well, I
golf.
mean,
Think
what did they
about
do with
that.
Patrick? They told him he couldn't do, there was like a whole list of things that he
There's
couldn't
a
do in his,
whole yeah, there's a
there's like a,
whole list. Yeah. So they have a lot of them have a list of things they can't even go do. They can't be in a race car. They can't, depending on your position, you may not be able to golf or, just or things that we just don't think much about, they can't go do. So, and I mean, granted, it's for a time, usually it's for a short time period, unless you have a career that, focuses, 5 plus years. Or, with baseball, a lot of them play a lot longer. So they're playing 10 to 15, 20 years. But just think if for 15, 20 years, you couldn't do something, year after year after year, because that's in your contract. I mean, yeah. Baseball players are gone a long time.
Think about the holidays they miss
Oh,
because they're
yeah.
either playing on the holiday or around the
Hmm.
holiday. We
well,
don't
Mike
get.
McCarthy even said this last year was the first time in his children's lives that he actually got to be home for Christmas.
Yeah. And what is it? Now the NFL is adding another game for, is it Thanksgiving or the day after or something like that?
Well, there's
They're
two on
adding,
Thanksgiving Day, and there's the Black Friday, and then now there's two on Christmas Day. No, there's
yeah, I mean,
three
they're
on Thanksgiving.
adding, yeah, they've added another game. So, I mean, there's two more teams that are going to be away from family on Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
we do ask a lot of them for our entertainment. We ask a lot of them.
Right. I would like to have their money without having to have the commitment that it requires.
I'd even do it for 1 year, Carrie. 50
Yeah.
million for a year.
Listen. I would even do a 1%, maybe even 1%.
Half a
But
year.
I'm willing to negotiate here. I don't have to have the
Correct.
full 50 million.
Well, speaking
That's
of that,
fun.
I'm gonna reel us back in a little bit. The NHL is gonna start their playoffs coming soon. The teams are already set. The matchups are set. I'm gonna quick run down the list just to give all of our audience who's playing who. So in the Eastern, the first round, it's the Buffalo Sabres against the Boston Bruins, the Tampa Bay Lightning against the Montreal Canadiens, the Carolina Hurricanes against the Ottawa Senators, the Pittsburgh Penguins against the Philadelphia Flyers. That's interesting because that's a in-state close rival there.
Hmm.
And then the Western, the first round, it's the Colorado Avalanche against the LA Kings, the Dallas Stars against the Minnesota Wild, the Vegas Golden Knights against Utah, and it's Utah. Oh, I forget what their nickname is. Anyways, and then it's Edmonton Oilers against the Anaheim Ducks. I
So
know
I'm a
this.
Knights fan.
Are you?
Yes, I'm a Knights fan.
This came down to like points, like um a couple of points between some of these teams not making it and making it. So it was really close. It came down to like the last couple games this season. So kudos to
Mm.
the NHL, and let's hope they have some good hockey in the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm a Knights fan, so I'll be watching them.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, so definitely. Oh wait, and Carrie,
Yes,
Roy
ma'am.
did win.
I saw that.
So now he's the fourth person back to back. So yes.
I saw that too. Yep.
Yes. I'm
Hmm.
like, I'm happy for him. I know he's not American, so everybody calm
Well,
down, but he deserved it.
he came back from
Hmm.
a really bad round to, so
Yeah.
kudos to that. I'm like, that's
He did a
amazing.
great job. He did a great job. So
Hmm.
I've been blessed to be able to see him play twice in person. So yeah.
Nice.
We do know that and we're transitioning here. We're just going to kind of hit some top things and so much going on right now in sports. We've got MLB, hockey, NBA, WNBA, everything's going right. We've got two different seasons getting ready to close down, right? We've got the hockey and
Yes.
NBA into playoffs. So yeah. WNBA is in the middle of their draft. It started
Yes.
yesterday, I believe.
Yes.
Okay. So I've got the top 10. Some of these are not a surprise, but we want to congratulate these ladies for a job well done and wish them best of luck in with the newly revamped, improved salary, how many played positions and stuff. That's exciting for the WNBA in this growth spot. We have Ozzy Fudd that went 1, and she's now with Dallas. Olivia Miles went 2 overall to Minnesota. I'm going to, my apologies, ladies, when I love your name. I am so sorry. Awa Pham is now in Seattle. Lauren Betts
Hmm.
from UCLA went 4th overall, and she and her coach are both going to Washington, right? Was that
I
was
think
that her
so.
or was
I
it
know
best?
it's Gabriella. Is it
It's
Gabriella
no,
and
you
her
were right.
coach?
It's Gabriella and her coach are going to Chicago. They're going to be in the Suns. We have Kiki Rice going 6. Ayana Martin Carrion was 7, and she went into Phoenix. Floje went 8. Angela Dugalick went 9th, and she's on her way to Washington. And Raven Johnson was a 10th overall, and she will be in Indiana. So, like I said, there's a lot more that has gone. I think they're now in the 3rd round. I'm not. I didn't double
That's
check
pretty
on that,
cool. And
but
Angel Reese is in Atlanta.
yes, Miss Reese has now
Yes. She is
returned to
in.
the South, and I feel like that's a really good fit for her.
I think it's a great fit for her.
I'm
Yeah.
excited for her. I'm very excited for her.
Yes, I am looking forward to, like you said, now with salaries and them getting paid a little better than prior. I'm happy to see that. It's well deserved
Well
because they
deserved.
work just as hard.
They do, and I also think that we ought to do hats off and acknowledge those top players that are taking less than what they
Hmm.
could be pulling so they can
Correct.
build a team around them and their teammates get paid as well. So, you know, I realize we go back to that whole money situation. We know that you're only going to play for a while. We know that all the sacrifice. But when a player says, an athlete says, "Hey, I know I can get this. I know that I deserve this, but I will take this so the people that are around me get paid too." I
And
like
maybe
that.
they won't all have to always go and play overseas on their off season here to make up the difference. Maybe
I
eventually they'll get paid so this just they play here.
Well, I mean, BG has to feel relieved that she can pull the money that she needs or whatever to be able to survive and thrive without the international league.
Right.
And I think that that's where, you know, I appreciate the fact that we are not forcing these ladies overseas because that to me, in my mind, would be the most frightening thing in the world. Being forced to go work in countries that may or may not like me.
Especially right
This is
now
true.
with
Especially right now. Yeah. We want them safe so they can keep playing here. We
Amen.
need them
Amen.
safe. So, yes.
Mhm.
Amen.
Yes. Well,
What else do we have?
since
My favorite player, Schwarber, hit 2 home runs last night, so I was wearing Schwarber jersey for the day. I'm just putting that plug out there.
since I went quickly through the hockey playoffs, I might as well do the NBA because those are also set.
Hmm.
First round, the top seeds are the Pistons and the Celtics, so they have buys. So the first round is actually features the Knicks versus the Hawks, the Cavaliers versus the Raptors. And
Okay.
then in the Eastern play-in, it's the 76ers against Orlando Magic and Charlotte Hornets against Miami Heat. In the Western, the top seeds are OKC Thunder and the San Antonio Spurs, so they both get buys. The first round is the Denver Nuggets versus the Minnesota Timberwolves, the LA Lakers against the Houston Rockets, and the play-in games are the Phoenix Suns versus the Portland Trailblazers and the LA Clippers versus the Golden State Warriors.
Now, isn't that an interesting that those two are the play-in teams that have dominated the last couple of years? So
I love me some Warriors.
I do love. I just find that so interesting. But you have to
I'm,
also kind of look at the age of the players
yeah.
and age of the team, and I understand that. Yeah.
I am trying to, I am liking the Hornets, but I'm still a Warriors fan.
And aren't the Hornets on kind of on in a rebuild? So this is a pretty exciting thing that they've made the playoffs, that they've actually had so much success with this reboot
Yeah,
that they've
they've
made it
done
this
very
far.
well. They've done very well this season. So I've been watching them now because of me being here. So, and I like what I see. But yeah, so I said I was going to try to make games and try to, be supportive.
Right. I think it would be fun. I do regret the fact that there is not a professional basketball team in the state of Missouri.
Oh, well, yeah.
Mhm.
We haven't had one since the Kings.
Mm-mm. So I kind of miss that, or I mean, I kind of wish that that was something. I contribute the fact that there wasn't when I growing up, so I didn't. That isn't, you know, NBA was not something for me until the last decade or so. So, um, you know, lots of interesting there, but I would like to see a team in the in the Midwest.
That would be good to have for Kansas City to have another basketball team. That would be a good thing because they left. I think I was probably 13 when they left, 12 or 13 when they left Kansas City. So it's been a long time.
Well, and that's if you think, and going back to what we grew up watching, and what, so baseball was available for us to watch in Southwest Missouri. Um, Basketball was available. No, baseball and football were available for us to watch. There was
Okay.
tennis and golf. But those are the four sports that I can remember as a kid seeing them on TV. Oh, and racing. Sorry.
Okay.
They always broadcast the large races, but I didn't see basketball. I didn't see soccer. You know, these things that other people have had. Um, so my imprint, that's why I feel that's why I love football so much, is because that's what I got to watch. And I always paid enough attention to baseball and used it as my gateway drug back to football. So I'm like, this can fill my time until I get back to when we can have football. And
Mhm.
so now with everything, being more, that's where the access to more information, more information, the bigger audiences and such has brought me in as a fan on these different things. So, I mean, that's the counterbalance is I now can see more, so I can now enjoy more, or be impressed by these different sports. So,
Love it.
I do too. I actually do. It's kind of weird when we do not have ESPN going 24/7 at our house.
Sounds wonderful.
Mhm. I guess I'm really lucky because when I grew up, I had all the sports.
So did
Even though
I.
we didn't have NHL in around Milwaukee, we had AHL, which is now a farm system. So we always had the Milwaukee Admirals. We had the Bucks. Bucks are going through transition right now. Doc Rivers is no longer the coach. We don't know if
Mhm.
Giannis is going to be back or what that's going to be. That whole drama this offseason. We have obviously the Packers, but the Packers actually used to play some games in Milwaukee and then the rest in Green Bay. So that was as an unusual situation. And then we've had the Brewers too. So I feel very fortunate. We had soccer in not MLS, but we had a soccer team, the Milwaukee Wave, for years and years growing up. So I guess I'm very fortunate that I've seen a lot of different sports in person and stuff too. So
Yeah, see, that was like because of me being in Kansas City, we had the Chiefs, we had the Royals, so we had access when the Kings left, I became a Chicago Bulls fan because it was the closest. We could get to Chicago fairly easy. But after I moved to the West Coast, it was just, I kind of just drew toward the Warriors. And even when I moved back east, they were still my team. I don't know what it was. I always liked them. After I Because it was closer back then, I could get there, hop, skip, and a jump from Phoenix and LA, so it was easier. But now that I'm back, being more toward the east, I want to be able to enjoy some of the games that are local. So, I mean, the Hornets are kind of, I don't know, just they kind of been there. So we'll see because they're doing well. But it's always been good that had access to all the sports. And I always lived in a city that had major sports teams. So that's one of my requirements. It has to have football.
well, and the other big news on my side is the University of Wisconsin. Their athletic director is now he's taking a position with the NCAA. So he will no longer be athletic director. So now they are going to be looking for an athletic director. So that's a little
There's
bit
a
of
job
the
for you.
All right, I'm on my way.
You have to give up that warm Florida weather, though. Hey.
Yeah, I'm not so sure.
He's like, no, no.
She's
Mm-mm.
like, nah, I don't think I want to do that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, but oh, so oh my goodness. So here's something that I didn't know, and I just come across it. The St. Louis Blues are the first NHL team to broadcast a regional game in American Sign Language.
Oh, that's cool.
That
Well,
is
there's
cool.
our happy story. That's really
There's our happy
awesome.
story. That is really, really cool.
Go
Yeah,
Blues.
it's an alternate telecast of tonight's game versus the Pittsburgh Penguins that is designed specifically for the deaf and the hard of hearing community. That is awesome.
Oh yeah,
Fantastic.
I need to find that game so I can watch it.
Yeah. Now I'm
Yeah,
gonna have to go look for it up.
Yeah, I got to go find that one and be supportive and support that game. So yes.
I
So,
gotcha.
so ladies, as we even come in before this started, it goes by fast, and we fill it up, and we have blown past 7 o'clock. We know that
Uh-oh.
Candy has her show Inside
Mhm.
the Pigskin on her other network.
Yes.
So we're going to give her a brief break. You can go find, look for South Florida Tribune, and you can catch Candy in about 30 minutes,
Mhm.
chewing the pigskin and all the new things out.
Good luck tonight, Candy.
Thank you. I need it because it's me and all these guys, and it's like, oh my goodness. But I hold my own. So come on,
Good.
support
Listen, I
Yes,
wouldn't
that
want to cross
girl
you. I'm just
power.
put that
Girl
out
power.
there.
All right, you ladies, you have a fabulous week.
Thank you.
You as well. And
And
remember, in our audience, you know how to reach out to all of us. Any story ideas, anything that you would like to present, reach out to us, and we will see what we can do to help you out.
all right, talk to you guys soon.
Thanks, everyone.